it's raining outside and your dog can't go out to play, there's one thing I really love to do to help with their enrichment and to get their energy out so that it's not chaos in the house the entire day. Now, there are lots of things that you can be doing, and we talk about lots of things that you can be doing for those rainy days or those snowy days when you're trapped inside, but this is one of my favorites. It involves a ball pit. Now, typically these ball pits are for children. I got a collapsible fabric ball pit so that it's easy to clean, it's easy to collapse down and store when I'm not using it, and then I got some ball pit balls. As always, you want to make sure you're monitoring your dog when you're doing this activity. Don't just leave them to play with the ball pit balls. That can be dangerous, and it's real easy for them to chew through it. So you want to make sure you are being the dog parent as they are playing with these things and then picking them up and removing them. And that's not something you want to leave out all day, every day anyway. You want to make sure that is a special opportunity activity for your dogs, especially for things like rainy days and snowy days when they can't get their energy out outside. So here's what we do. And there's multiple ways to do this. What you can do is take your ball pit and put it in your living room or your dining room or wherever you want to do this. Put the ball pit balls in there, and then you're going to allow your dog to get in it. Now, the goal here is not for them to play with the balls. The goal is for them to go through the balls to find things. And typically, you're going to want to put treats in there. Now, if you want to do it so that they don't have a ton of time in there, you can put treats, biscuits, whatever inside of there. What I like to do is to take their dog food and sprinkle it into the pool. Now, I have 3 dogs and we're doing this all at the same time. So it's not like I'm putting their entire meals in there. I am just grabbing a handful of the food and sprinkling it in there. And then I'll give them a little less at dinner time. And this way, if one gets more than the other, it's okay. It's not a huge deal. They can still go and play, but it's tiny little pieces that they can now sniff out. And so they're able to jump into the ball pit and they're waiting around in the balls. They're going to nose them out of the way and they're going to look for the food. Now, the tip here is to show them that you're putting it in there. So have your handful of food, let them sniff it in your hand, and then show them sprinkling it in there. You do not want to just have it in there and hidden already, unless your dog already knows the name of the game with this one. You want to make sure they visually see, oh, there are snacks in there. The balls are not as interesting as the snacks. And so you're going to toss them in there. And I don't recommend doing it all at once. I do recommend taking a little bit at a time. So a couple of pieces here, and then when they find those, a couple more pieces, because you don't want a ton of food sitting in there. You don't want a ton of debris, and you want them to be able to have to really search for it. So you don't want them to be able to find things every time they put their nose inside of the ball pit balls, right? So you're going to do a little bit at a time. You're going to, over a period of a couple of minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long you want to be doing this, you're going to give them a little bit more. Now you can mix it up. You can do some dog food kibble pieces. You can do some dog treats. You can do other things that you're giving them as well. And I'm actually going to also say, if you don't want to do food, there's another twist to this, which I really like. So if your dog doesn't want any more food, if they're not food motivated, if they are not supposed to have extra food, if it's not a time that's going to work for you to give them food, you want to wait for their actual meal times, or if you have like food aggression in multiple dogs, instead of using food, put other things in the ball pit. Go get their toys, show them their toy, and bury it under those ball pit balls. So you're going to hold it up, take your arm, and really just show that you have put it in there. You can even use your arms to mix up the ball pit balls so they don't know where it is. It's kind of like, you know how magicians or street magicians kind of like move things around the table and you have to find where the card is, right? Or find where the coin is. Like that. You're going to mix it all up and now find it inside of the ball pit ball. So you're going to use things that motivate them. For most dogs, that can be food or that can be treats. For some dogs, it's going to be their toys. For some dogs, it's going to be something else. You know your dog, you know what they're going to be motivated to find. So actively show yourself holding it. Let them sniff it in your hand and then shove it in the ball pit ball and let them go and look for it. If you really want to level this up, if your dog is really good at finding things while they're doing it, also get your arm in there and just mix things up. Create a little whirlpool. You remember when we were little kids and we had our pools and we all created the whirlpool because we all went in circles. It's like that. Just mix it up. Create that little hurricane, that little tornado, that little whirlpool inside of the ball pit to make it harder for your dog to find the things. The smaller things that they have to find, the more they're going to have to work for it. If it's a bigger thing, it's going to be easier for them to find. So you want to make it more difficult as you're going. Now, you can take them in and out of the ball pit pool, and you can hold them off to the side to put something new in. You can do this however you want. You can tweak this. You can align this to your dog's desires and needs, but this is a really good way to get their energy out. they're going to dig through it. They're going to nose through it. They're going to have to look for things. So I really like scented things. So the food works really well for them to sniff those things out. But you can also use, again, their toys or other things that are going to motivate them as well. And you can just let them play in the balls too, but you have to be very, very conscientious that they are not chewing up those plastic balls, because those are not meant to be eaten. Those are very thin plastic pieces. That way nobody gets hurt when they're playing with them, but it also means it's easy to destroy it. So if you have a dog that you know is just going to destroy it, this probably isn't the best enrichment tool for you. But if you have a dog where you think this might be fun to play with, by all means do it. And it's easy to replace the ball pit balls as well. You can easily clean them because they're just simple plastic. So I recommend having a bag, to like a zip up bag if possible, to keep your ball pit balls in, and then just that little collapsible pool. I will put the ones that I have in the caption below for you because it works really well for us. And then just store those away for the rainy days, for the days that are snowy and you can't get outside, for the days where it's just not going to work to go outside to play, or for things that are just fun little opportunities. If you every once in a while want to pull it out just so they're aware of it, so they know how to play it, so they're ready the next time you pull it out on a rainy day, by all means, every once in a while do this. But I don't recommend doing this every single day because it becomes commonplace to them. Just the same way as we're not using the same puzzle feeders every single day because they understand and they know and it's not new and unique. And so you want this to be a fun activity that is exciting that they don't get to do every day. And this is a really good way, especially on those days where they can't go out and play, to really let them play hard with this ball pit. And a lot of times they will jump in and jump out, which is also going to give them a lot of energy expendability as well. So this is a really fun one for you to play with. It's a really fun one for you to document. If you are documenting this, if you're somebody who likes to do social media, or if you just want to do video clips and photo things for yourself for the future, this is a fun one to do it. I do recommend you take your phone and you turn it upside down so that the camera is low on your phone. So it's upside down like this, and put your camera down at the ball level to get right on their eye level and let them have the balls crashing around your phone. It's really good for footage. It's really fun for you to do. You're going to want to film from on top as well, so down where you can see the entire pool. And then you're going to want to move things around so that it looks like a puppy kind of sniffing through the ball pit to get really fun footage. And I've got lots of great examples of how to do this here on the channel, especially in our YouTube shorts here. We've got some really fun videos of my girls, especially when they're puppies, playing with their ball pit. And this is just a very good opportunity to get that energy out, to get some really cool content, and to get your dog to work a little bit, engage that brain, have to find the things inside of the ball pit, and it's fun bonding for you and your pet as well. Follow along for more enrichment ideas, especially for rainy days or snowy days when you cannot get out. If you got questions on any of this, I would love to get those answered for you. And we are here every single day dropping brand new videos helping you navigate the world of being a dog parent. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.